Hey Steve, this is Bradley. I know it's Saturday, but I wanted to send you a video real quick. And we can talk about it like on Monday if you'd like. I was taking a look at this YouTube ads campaign that I've been running for you for the last couple of weeks, and it's using that best of the best video that you had done, or that somebody did for you or whatever. Because I think that's a pretty good video, but I want to show you like how good these results are as far as people actually watching, like being exposed to Roofer 911 in the targeted area that I selected, and that are in market audiences. In other words, they're people that have shown an interest in roofing services recently, and there's a way that Google knows that from their search history and like what their recent browsing has been and things like that. And so it's pretty powerful actually. It's a newer targeting type. It's kind of scary that Google and Facebook have this kind of data on us, but we as marketers and advertisers can use that, right? And so I'm looking at this right here, and the reason why I wanted to send you a video is because about this is I think we have a real opportunity with doing some additional video marketing stuff and advertising on YouTube to be able to generate some additional leads outside of SEO, like, in a very inexpensive way, because all I'm doing is 50 cents a day in budget, which is about $15 per month for this one video. And take a look at this. Like, I'm looking at the last, I've got the dates a little funny here, but from February 14th to 28th, so that's basically 2 weeks. Let me switch this up to where we're going for the last 2 weeks. All right, so this is what I wanted to show you. This is showing out of 424 impressions in the last 2 weeks, your video's actually been viewed 193 times for 45% view rate. That's absolutely huge, Steve. Like, I do a lot of video advertising stuff. Like, I've been testing a lot over the last year really with it, and a lot of the stuff I do is for like affiliate marketing or driving traffic to people's products online and things like that. And I'm lucky to get a view rate of about 15 to 20% if I'm lucky. That's high actually. A lot of times my view rate's somewhere in the neighborhood of like 8 to 12%, and that's pretty typical. This is showing 45.5% view rate, which means because of the targeting is so the targeting is so good, and I've only really tested one type of targeting. There's other different types of targeting that I can test with, but what I'm saying is I've been selecting people that have shown an interest in roofing services, and we're getting a 50%, almost a 45% view rate, which is really good. And you can see we've spent on this one campaign. I'm doing two different types. This is what I'm saying about the targeting. We have the in-market roof replacement. Let's just go take a look at this so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, this is called an in-market audience for roofing services. And if we actually take a look at both ad groups here, you'll see that I've got one that's I know it's probably small. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so you see how this is showing in-market right here, and in this one says topic. Well, in-market means people that have recently shown a significant interest in that particular topic, which in this case is roofing services. And so, in other words, that they have been actively searching online for content about roofing services, or for companies, or for information, or they've viewed YouTube videos, or they've looked at roofing companies. No kidding. That it's an in-market audience is somebody that is actively seeking, and that's why it's called an in-market audience, because it's Google's prediction or determination that they're in the market for that service. And fortunately, there's a roofing in-market service. There's an in-market audience for roofing services, excuse me. And so that's what I have here, all right? There's also a topic targeting, and topic targeting is typically it's people that have a history, like have an interest in a topic over time. So historically they have an interest. So that could very well be roofing contractors, like roofers like yourself that watch roofing stuff online often, or in home improvement stuff, and things like that. And so these people are less likely to be in the market currently because they're more likely to just have a general overall interest. And you can see I've targeted both, But look where the vast majority of the views are coming from. Right here, you can see 187 views versus only 6. Does that make sense? And so you can see the view rate over here is 46% versus 23% here. So this in-market audience is doing really well. So the reason why I'm sending you this video is because I'm thinking all we're testing with right now is this one best of the best video, right? But I know already for a fact that that in-market audience for roofing services is producing great exposure for your business. So what I'm proposing, or what I'm suggesting, is that maybe perhaps we try a few different videos, right? Maybe some stuff with some strong call to action. But I saw recently a Google My Business, Google Maps review come in that somebody left you on Google Maps that was talking about how awesome, like how they found you because they saw one of your videos on YouTube that explained a roofing problem or a roof leak or something like that. I just saw it come through like a few days ago, Steve. So what I'm saying is that we already have proof that people find those videos that you've recorded, and where you're narrating and telling, like the screencast and looking at a picture and telling like how the leak occurs and that kind of stuff. We already know that that's valuable and that generated a lead for you. And somebody that was really impressed with your knowledge from the video, and that's why they called and hired you, and now they're happy with their work, right? So my point is, I'd like to start testing with some of these other videos that you have, and maybe perhaps even script out a couple of videos that have maybe maybe I can script something out as like an intro that has a strong call to action. And then goes into and then I can edit it into the videos that you do where you're explaining like roof leak repair, or how you identify roof leaks or common causes of roof leaks and things like that. And then I could put like an overlay with your phone number, call Roofer 911 for a free roof inspection, and that kind of stuff, and start pushing more of these in-market audience pushing more of these videos out to this in-market audience in your target area, your geographic area. And in fact, let's go take a look at the locations. I don't think I'm targeting that much. Yeah, I'm targeting Fairfax County, Loudoun County, and Prince William County. And if you wanted, we could target a broader area if you wanted, right? And so my point is, I think there's just an opportunity here for us to do, test with this, because I've not seen before, this kind of engagement from videos, like this type of retention. And right here, if you take a look, it shows the demographics. So I always take 18 to 24 out because they typically don't own homes anyways, and so that you just be wasting money on views. But you can see that this is the demographics of the people that are actually viewing the video, and then you can see that a lot of it's coming from mobile devices, which is interesting. Like, this is really good information. And what I find interesting here is this is what's called audience retention. So this shows that 39% of the people that have viewed your video watched at least 25% of the video. And that's a rather long video. And that's, what I'm saying is we could put a call to action at the very beginning, then go into the content with an overlay throughout the entire content that has your phone number and your web address, and encourages them, like a call to action CTA, that encourages them to, contact you or visit your website, right? Or your Facebook page or whatever we want. 33%, so only a 6% drop in viewers between 25% of the video and 50% of the video. That's insane. Like, I'm not kidding you, Steve. My the marketing videos that I do for like products and stuff, they don't ever get this kind of engagement or retention, right? Here's another one. So 31% go all the way to 75% of the video 3 minutes in, and a full 16%. So you lose about half between 75% and the end of the video. There's a pretty sharp decline. But look how steady that retention rate is, all the way up to about 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the video. So I'm saying this video is actually doing well. I don't know if it's specifically generated you a lead or not, because I haven't set up the campaign in a way to specifically track that. We could do that, though, if we're going to proceed or pursue this a little bit further and try to develop this campaign out a little bit more, which is what I'm encouraging you to do. Then, I could set it up to where we could track some of this stuff so we can have a better understanding of whether or not we're getting leads from it. Now, if people call you direct through a phone, your direct phone number, it'd be hard to identify that unless you ask them, like, where did you hear about us? And if that's something that you're doing, if you find out about that you're getting leads from YouTube, that's great. I'd like to know that. Otherwise, we could set up a tracking phone number, so like a forwarding phone number that I can track with analytics. And that way I can see what calls are coming through from the video ads campaign, as well as I could set up a tracking link so that if somebody clicks through from the ad to your website, I can track the clicks. In fact, we could even use, if you remember, I set up an AdWords campaign for you and your brother, about 2 years ago or whatever, and I think I still have that landing page, which was like the landing page that I built for the AdWords funnel. I think I still have that built, and if I do, we could even direct the traffic from YouTube directly to that landing page, and that way anybody that submits the form, like a contact form or an email or anything like that, we would be able to track those leads specifically back to the YouTube campaign, right? So anyways, my point was just to show you that I think there's real opportunity here, Steve, and just looking at this data, to, very inexpensively start getting a hell of a lot more exposure for Roofer 911 in your target market. Again, look what the locations are, right? And you can see right here, Fairfax County, Virginia, you got the vast majority of the views came from there. Look at that. That's just insane. I love this data. But you got a total of 193 views in the last 14 days, and 113 of them came from Fairfax, 46 from Loudoun, 34 from Prince William County. So obviously Fairfax has certainly got more volume. So my point is, like, we could even target certain videos for Fairfax, certain videos for Loudoun County, where you mention in the video, like, hey, I do roofing services in Fairfax. This is a house that if you want, you could you might even have, I'm sure you do, have videos where you're talking about being at a house in Fairfax, right? And so that would be a great video to potentially test this method with, because then it's hyper relevant. So in other words, I could set up a targeting campaign for in-market audiences for roofing services in Fairfax County only is my location targeting, and then use a video that is hyper optimized for Fairfax. So it's really, really relevant to them. Okay, and then we could do the same thing for Loudoun, the same thing for Prince William County. So I think there's just, and then whatever other counties you want. Those were just the 3 that I chose when I started setting this up to test this. And I'm just really impressed with the potential. And I think this is definitely worth developing out. And I'm only spending $15 a month on this campaign. So my point is, with like a small budget, $100 a month, are you kidding? Like, we could have several campaigns up and start figuring out which ones are working better than others. And stop spending money on the ones that aren't working as good, and put more money into the ones that are working good, and start generating some really inexpensive leads and some just overall branding for Roofer 911, more exposure. All right, so let me know what you think, man, and we can chat about this on Monday. Shoot me an email if you'd like to send me any notes or anything like that beforehand. But yeah, we can talk about this on Monday if you're interested. All right, thanks, buddy.